All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is me again, shock horror. Welcome back to another of these World Cup simulations. Get used to that intro; you will hear it a lot of times. We are here with the second match of 104 in this room. I'm gonna make that a point because there's 104 of these I gotta do. We're recording this on January, bloody hell, June 5th. When this is being recorded, and I aim to upload it 2 days before the actual. You will see this 2 days before the actual match occurs, which I believe this falls on the early mornings of June 12th, which means it'll be available early morning of June 10th, is what my plan is. If I can schedule it right and remember to schedule it right, we are in the money. Now, it is the second Group A game. If you haven't gone back and watched the first one yet, then I would advise you to watch that to get my insight on the host nation, Mexico, playing against South Africa. If you don't want to go and watch that, that's absolutely cool too. But it's just to give you a full picture, you get what I mean? It's just to give you the full idea of how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, and what we're saying on these predictions. So, before you watch this, I would advise you to watch that. If you don't want to watch that, watch this now. Here we are then. So the second game of Group A, as we open things up, it will be South Korea, led by Heung-min Son, of course, against Czechia. Do not know who their captain is. Let's go have a gander at who their captain is. So I've got a bit of insight. It is Krejci at the back. Those are your teams. I'm going to try and edit the teams a bit, maybe to give players more chances. Their best teams as well. We'll do that in the settings menu off screen. Kind of mess around with the teams a little bit. So those will be your lineups. Korea Republic default and Czechia default just now is what we're going to go with. So taking a look then at the settings before we do go in. The stadium will be, of course, an American stadium. It has to be an American stadium or a Mexican stadium or a Canadian stadium. I'm going to get a full list of these stadiums as well, but for the ones I do know, I'm going to kind of, get a couple that I already know are in the game. We will go this time. Last time, I believe, I don't remember where we were. I think it was the Atlanta Stadium. Can't remember the name of it. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That was it. This one, we're going to be at the BMO Field. It is still going to be summer. It's going to be a little bit later, if you don't mind. Oh, okay, I can't do that late. It's 3 a.m. for UK, so it'll be, I don't know, about 10 p.m. Yeah, we'll go with that. For America, we'll put a little bit of partly clear on it. The pitch color will be as full as we can. We want a good pitch because it's the World Cup, and that is how we will roll. 10-minute halves, legendary difficulty, competitor mode, just to make it the best that it can be, and then player-based difficulty as well. So your Heung-min Sons, your Patrick Schicks will show a bit more ability and show a bit more, endeavour in this game to try and put their team through to the other side. So BMO Field, 10 minutes half length, legendary difficulty, authentic game type. It is cloudy. It is 10 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the second match of the World Cup as South Korea will take on Czechia.
Match day is finally here with fans streaming into the stadium. Excitement is off the scale and the anticipation has never been higher. Welcome along to an evening that was made for football. The pitch is in great order too. Guy Mowbray here and Sue Smith.
As usual, well, I say as usual, it's the second one done. We're going to stay quiet for the little intro bits, and then we'll stay quiet over the quote-unquote national anthems. Obviously, they won't be the exact national anthems. They're not even close, obviously, but show respect to both countries participating in this. Of course, if you haven't gone and clicked off and watched the Mexico and South Africa game, I'm going to spoil it now. Mexico getting victory in the opening fixture of that will put pressure on one of these teams to find a win too. Here we are then. It is the other game of Group A. After this, of course, all four teams will have played their opening group stage game. We can get a bit of a read on how they will continue throughout the tournament. Of course, Heung-min Son playing in America now for it's not Inter Miami. I don't remember the club he plays for, but he moved to America. All right, shut up. Obviously, the best reporting you can ever have. Can't remember where Son plays. I know where he plays, just not what club. But he is here anyway, and he will lead his side into battle here at the BMO field. Of course, Ladislav Krejci going down with the sinking ship of Wolves. He will look to lead his back line as well as the front line to potentially a victory on their opening game, as it is a strong side that Miroslav Kubek has put out here. And it could be a side that could be a little bit of a dark horse, you don't know. There's some very good names in there. Kovar in goal, Kufal, Souček, of course, you'll recognise from West Ham. Patrick Schick, one of the most, I will say, interesting strikers. I can never really get a read on him, but what we can see is potentially some World Cup brilliance from him. He was very good at the 2022 World Cup, I believe it was, getting quite a few goals. Will he add to his World Cup tally? Will it be a victory for South Korea or Czechia as it gets underway from South Korea? But they've already lost possession, and this 5 at the back of Czechia will be hard to break down. Now, early doors, I'm not basing too much influence on what I know in real life. I think I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I believe Schick and Son will both score for their respective outfits. I don't think either team will be able to outdo the other. The Czechia defence might put in a clean sheet, but I think if Son does score, there could be a penalty involved there potentially, with Son putting it away. And other than that, I just don't think there's enough to separate these two teams that there will be a winner. So my early prediction, 1-1. And if I do change my mind on it, it will be in the description of this video. Of course, I will try and stay consistent with my predictions as much as I can from what I say in the video and then what I put in the prediction in the description. But Heung-min Son has taken just 5 minutes to fire South Korea into the lead. It is patient, it is persistent. He turns his man here. I'm not sure which defender that is, number 4 for Czechia. He manages to wrong foot him, and it's a very nice finish. It shows that he's still performing at the top of his game, as Kovar aren't able to get anything to it. And you can't really blame him. It's such a good quality finish from the number 7. And we have a goal already, quicker than the goal was in the Mexico and South Africa game. Heung-min Son giving South Korea an early lead and making me eat my words, because I thought he was going to score a penalty, and only a penalty. He scored from open play, and it is on the back foot now for Czechia to try and find the way back in. Will they do so? There is definitely enough quality to find that way back in. As Darida now, Souček, it could be a goal fest this one. I might have absolutely mispredicted this one. Thomas Souček now into Provod, back to Souček, it's cut out by Hwang in Bomb, and now once again Czechia on the front foot, could find a way through here. Provod has room, Provod has not a very good shot there, and it will go wide, trickle wide for the goal kick. Right, well, here we fucking go then.
Souček. Now
Schick. Laying back to Provod. It's Cow again. So I had to take a bit of... had to reply to a text, but we are back locked in now. Hranac, I believe, was the defender turned by Heung-min Son, and he is looking to build from the back. Czechia have had a lot of the ball early on, but they've got to be shocked by the fact that they've gone 1-0 down that quickly, as Patrick Schick does find his way through. Could he find the ball into the box? Will he take on himself? It is back to Thomas Souček, and it is 1-1 after 12 minutes. We could be in for a fucking classic here, as Schick dances down the left, manages to cut his way into the area, a little bit more movement away, and Souček, right place, right time, the West Ham midfielder, weak foot, into the bottom right. Well, kind of middle right. But anyway, he does seem to score a lot more than I thought he did, Thomas Souček, and he does find a finish. It's Czechia's first goal at the World Cup. It is level here in America as we go 1-1 here. I just want to say as well, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be common news anyway, I'm obviously not going to get every single host stadium right for these games because of the fact that there isn't all of them in the game. I'm not a magician. I can't magic them into the game, unfortunately. What I can do is try my damnedest. So we just want to get out of the way as well. Lee Kang in, Hwang in bomb. Son again. Could he find his way through, make it 2-1 here? He does! Oh my god. What the fuck is happening? Goals aplenty. If you're Mexico or South Africa, and you're looking at this game now, you'll be like, why did we do that? Why did we put on a show? This should have opened the fucking World Cup. Son just steps through with ease. And it's, once again, a finish. Kovar probably could get a hand to it, but I think the power carries it so hard and true that it's unstoppable. And it is 2-1 to South Korea now. Which makes this interesting, because this could end up being like fucking 4-4 or 6-5 or fuck knows what scoreline at this point. But what I do know is that it's 1 ahead for South Korea. And Sheikh nearly equalises immediately for Czechia. But it's a really good save. Oh my fucking days. I'm trying to keep the swearing to the back a little bit, obviously, but you just, when you see a game like this unfold early on, you know you're in for a classic. It's a ball in from Sufal. It's headed away by Lee Kang in. Provod will get the possession back. They could still build for 2-2 here, Czechia. Sulch now, or Schulk, I don't know how you pronounce it. Apologise if it's wrong. Schulk now. Can't find his way through. Does find his way through. Dances through. It could be 2-2. And it's a good save from Kim Sung-gyu. Will he get a penalty there? I think he'd already taken the shot. I don't think there's enough contact for a penalty. I don't think there's enough really a shout for it either. I think it was just more of a put-off than an actual foul. And it's another good save. This is completely opposite to the other game. But I suppose we've got player-based difficulty on, which means Shugman Son's going to be a level above the defence he faces most likely. It's Haranac now into Sulch. Zeleny. Provod. Back to Zeleny. Sulch. Now Souček. Can he find another goal? He's meant to be a DM, by the way. Plays like a bloody striker. South Korea do close it down and get it out of there. But we knew the difference maker for South Korea would be Heung-min Son. Of course, a legend of the game. Probably the best South Korean player to ever play. And that's me trying not to be biased. So no Park Ji-sung Park is up there. Man United legend. Definitely not biased. He is very good, but I think Son eclipses him, unfortunately. Heavy touches from the South Korean front line, and it will be cleared away from Czechia, who now have a game to chase again after only just getting bloody level the first time around. Derrida out to Sufal. Now Derrida again. I was thinking of doing 20-minute halves for these, but I feel like that would be too long. That would be too much of a slog. 10-minute halves, I feel like, is probably the perfect balance. It's not incredibly long, incredibly invasive, but it's also not, you know, the shortest of games. And Heung-min Son will bag his hat-trick. This could be an insane scoreline. As Heung-min Son fires South Korea 3-1 up. Now, if I am going to do my own table, which I thought about doing just to kind of compare it with the actual group stages, etc. of the rest of the World Cup, I don't think we'd be having... I'm going to be honest now, I think I could probably call it quite safely. There won't be a Heung-min Son hat-trick in the first game against Czechia IRL. So I feel like that's the first comparison that could go to the back line. But the captain is on fire. We're just 25 minutes in and he's bagged a hat-trick. And it could, I mean, it might not be it. There could be more where that came from. I thought it was back five of Czechia might be able to keep Heung-min Son in purgatory a little bit, keep him locked down, not let him through as easy as they have been. But boy, was I wrong. The former Spurs star already scoring a hat-trick. And as it stands, catapulting Czechia to the bottom and South Korea to the top of Group A. But as it seems to be, this looks like it's going to be a goal fest, and I'm here for it. Definitely here for it. It might end up being a little bit unrealistic, but the World Cup could provide any kinds of unrealism. Nobody is marking Son, who has already put 3 past you. Could be on for a 4th here if they're not careful. It might just be from somebody else. So Lee Jae-sung has made it 4-1, and you've got a question: A, what the fuck Czechia are doing, and B, how many is this going to be from South Korea? Heung-min Son turns provider. This is a 1-2 between him and the goal scorer. I don't want to get his name wrong, so I'm not going to say it again just in case I've forgotten it. But it is the number 10 who does put the ball away, and it is Lee Jae-sung, sorry. This Kovar's having a stinker. Quite honestly, I didn't realise we were in a Canadian stadium either, but that's beside the point. The point is, it's 4-1 to... I mean, Czech Republic haven't... I'm going to call them Czech Republic. I know they're Czechia, but they don't deserve it. Czech Republic haven't turned up to the races. They've just not arrived. They've not arrived at this World Cup. They're going to need something special to even get back in touch with this game, because Heung-min Son has done something special in the first 25 minutes, and he's also assisted another goal to make it 4-1. I mean, I don't really know if this... I doubt this was in the game plan. To go 4-1 down and then maybe stage a miraculous comeback. I think the plan was to win with ease, or at least win. It doesn't have to be with ease.
And it was just a poor choice of pass. He needs to be more aware of the situation and give him time to get back on side.
I can't believe it's fucking offside there for Czechia as well, as we're checking the VAR here. And by what I really mean is, I was on my phone, I apologise. But no, all seriousness, this could be a record scoreline.
Lee. Lee Jae-sung. That's a good ball. Oh, surely.
Son gets number... Well, it's unrealistic now, but it's fucking funny. Heung-min Son gets number 4. And I really don't know. And this is me transitioning from commentator to actually what the fuck is going on human being in this match, like a regular FIFA player. What was this lineup from Czechia? Because they've got 5 defenders and not a single one has done anything to stop Heung-min Son in this first half. And they could be on the wrong end of history if he continues this in the second half. They're just... What are they... They can't string a pass. They really can't. And it might yet be more for Sonny, as he travellas it from the edgy area. He's got confidence, and why wouldn't he have? Obviously Kovar catches it. That was very disrespectful. But then you've got Schulk, who's offside at the halfway line. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason for what this Czechia team are doing at the moment. They're not competing.
That's a lovely ball. There might be something building now. Winning the ball back and in a...
I mean, they've got a goal. They haven't done anything since said goal. They look like they're a bit like they looked alright at the start. Now Heung-min Son doesn't get his 5th. Brownak finally gets a tackle in. He finally stops the unstoppable, it seems. And the whole, you can make an argument about player-based difficulty and about Heung-min Son maybe being too good. And probably shouldn't have that setting on because there's 1 star on the whole pitch. But there's a couple of things that I would like to say on that point. One, you are going to have those stars that are a little bit better than the rest, like Heung-min Son. And it's not like Czechia don't have their own high-rated player. Patrick Schick, I believe, is like 84 or 85 rated as well. They've got a good midfield. They've got a strong defence. They've just been hit by a Heung-min Son hurricane, and they've not been able to deal with it since. It is not the game I expected. It's not the game I expect in real life. And if this does happen in real life, I'll shave my head. Honestly, I'll shave my head. If this is 5-1 at half-time in real life, with fucking Heung-min Son scoring 4, you heard it here first, I'll shave my head. Because, what the fuck? He might still score more yet. I mean,
Lee.
at this point, if I'm South Korea, I'd just sub him off and save him for future games. It's going to be 6-1. It's going to be 6-1, and we're not even at half time. Lee Kang-in is going to get involved. I really have no words.
Well, we can see it again now, and it's all about that give and go to break down the defensive line. And
You've got 5 Czechia defenders, and not one of them is watching the South Korean attackers. There is absolutely no reason why Lee Kang-in has just wandered into the box unmarked. There is also no reason to give Son that much space. He's had the running of this defence the whole time. They've not even been near him. They've had 1 tackle on him, and that was after he scored 4 fucking goals. Like, it really is a one-sided performance, and it could be worse yet. We might get a 7th before half-time. Part of me wants to kind of fucking reset this and go again with this one, but part of me just wants to upload it because it's so outrageous that it needs to be seen. that we need to see what the fuck is going on here.
Lucas Profot, and they've got it back now.
This might be a hall. This is a there's no might be about it. This is a Hall of Shame performance if you are Czechia. If you are South Korea, you're loving every moment, and it was nearly 7-1 as well. We get to the break. To the break. We've only played 45 minutes. It's 6-1. Heung-min Son has decided he's just going to be the best player in the world, which I'm not surprised. He is a very good player. 4 goals in the first half, a hat-trick inside 25 minutes. It's marvellous from South Korea, but if you are a Czechia fan and you've travelled from Czechia all the way to the United States or Canada or Mexico for your team's game, you'd be asking for the next flight home. Take a look at the stats at the break. It's incredible reading. 57-43 in terms of possession for the team losing 6-1. They've had more of the ball, for fuck's sake. But it's 9 shots to 4 in favour of Korea Republic, and it is of course a very high XG, 3.8 to 2. But that just shows how bad the Czechia backline has been. If the expected goals is only 3.8 and they've scored 6, you might need to take a look at yourselves and wonder where it all went wrong. The Czechia goalkeeper has made 3 saves, but he's let 6 in. You can't really do much about that, to be honest. But of course, you're coming up against a man who somehow isn't at a 10 rating. On the flip side, Suchek's tried, Provod's tried, Dorida's tried, Schick's tried. Everything at the back has just gone to shit. Kovar's on a 4. How are you getting 4 goals, 2 assists in one half and still only sitting at a 9.9? Hwang In-beom with a hat-trick of assists as well for Heung-min Son, presumably. Lee Kang-in with a goal as well. Lee Jae-sung getting on the board as well. There's not really a bad performer, except for if you maybe say the defence. But that's just because they haven't really had to defend. They've only let 1 goal in. They've scored 6. So we'll head in the second half then, because Lord knows what this can end up being. But you got to think, for Czechia, I don't know if substitutes save the game. I think it might just be damage limitation now and try not to concede fucking 10. Depends on if South Korea do decide to rest Heung-min Son as well heading into the second half. But what we do know is it is game over. But how over is it? Because we have 45 minutes more to go through. With a 6-1 scoreline already on the fucking cards. May. You'd think you'd maybe just fly the white flag here.
Son.
I don't know, I suppose we could just continue. Seo Hyung-woo, Park Seung-ho, Hwang In-beom will probably fine. Son, Lee Jae-sung, it's closed down. South Korea still very much on the offensive here, as I think they're just going for a goal difference. As Heung-min Son dances through, and I thought that was 5. I'll be 100% honest with you. I thought he scored his 5th of the day, and South Korea's 7th. It is Kim Jin-gyu coming on for Park Sung-ho. There is absolutely woeful pronunciation all over the place here, but I'm doing my best, alright? As Sadilek comes on for Suchek on the Czech side of things. Heung-min Son with 7 efforts, 4 of them have found the back of the net. Suchek with just the 1 effort, but his effort did beat the South Korean goalkeeper. If this ends 6-1, I will be shocked. I don't think it will. I'm now wondering if my 1-1 prediction was a little bit premature, I guess. Purely because I thought this Czechian defensive line, albeit maybe not the best in the world, might not be the best back 5 you'll ever see. It's a quality enough back 5. It just hasn't been able to deal with Heung-min Son and company today, with obviously Son being the highlight, getting involved in every one of the 6 goals. If he hasn't scored, he's assisted them. I wonder if the South Koreans have run out of steam here as changes made again. They're not actually giving me the names, so I can't tell you the names. For some reason, they're not popping up on the screen. But it is a change as Kastrup goes off for Lee Dong-kyung. It is a free kick. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, yeah. Alright. I don't know what meaningful impact it will have on the rest of the match to come. But it is a phenomenal free kick finish, as it is stepped over by the number 8 and then finished. That is a really good free kick by Provod. It is way over the wall and way out of reach. And I don't think it'll matter in terms of scoreline, but personal highlights, you've got to put that in your little collection there. As it is now only down to a 4-goal deficit. However, Son is still on the pitch. As is Lee Kang-in and various other makers of mischief on the South Korean side. It is 6-2 now after a beautiful free kick from Provod, but it means little in the impact of this game, and whether it will mean anything in the tournament to come is unknown just yet. But it is a really nice free kick, and it is probably goal of the day. It's the 8th goal that's occurred though, and 6 of them have come against your team. You may be not having as much emotion with it as possibly you would do if you weren't going to be 6-2 down following the goal, but it might spark something here for Czechia. Now, I'm not saying 6-6. There's absolutely no way they're bringing this back. I am saying they maybe make it look respectable. It doesn't look as bad for the games to come against Mexico and South Africa. They've given themselves maybe a chance to build something for the next game. Again, they probably only need 3 points to continue on. They only need 3 points to make it through, but the goal difference is where it's going to matter if they don't find a win from somewhere. Because as you know, I'll be tracking these tables as well on a separate app, and I'll be running it. Well, I'll be doing it on maybe a spreadsheet somewhere, and I'll be running it alongside the real tables, just to kind of, you know, see where we're at type beat. Just to compare tables, compare tournaments, see if my round of 32 is going to be the same as the real round of 32, stuff like that. But it's just, I don't see a way where Czechia, they won't make it 6-all. They might get like 6-3 or 6-4 if they're lucky. If they're unlucky, South Korea will score a 7th, and Lee Kang-in could be on his way to doing that, or Lee Jae-sung, but it is well dealt with now. The defence seem to have found their feet, and it's only taken them 6 goals to concede, but they are seeming to play a little bit better at the back. as we continue on through this game. Although it is a good tackle again. I don't want to give them the commentator's curse. They've already been cursed enough. It's 6-2 for fuck's sake. All 6 Korean goals coming in the first half. If you're just jumping into the Twitch chat where I'm recording this, hello, how did you find me? But also, it's an interesting kind of... Oh, Krejci. Shit. Anyone. You just need anyone to put it in the back of the net. Just shoot. You don't even... It doesn't even have to be, you know, effective. Just... If you have a shot, then you might get a goal. Passing it around and pissing around the edge of the box and not shooting is not going to get you your 4 goals back that you trailed by. And it could be number 7 for South Korea here, as they're once again playing it in circles. Lee Kang-in out to Seo Young-woo, Kim Jin-gu, Hyung-son Min, Heung-min Son, Son Heung-min, whichever. I messed it up, alright, I apologise to Som there. As we go again with South Korea. And it is a really good performance from them. And if they could show this against some of the bigger nations, there's no reason why they can't go on a little underdog run, you know what I mean? I'm very much enjoying recording these, but I think this might be the last one I record today, or at least this afternoon. You won't know anyway, because it'll be uploaded 2 days before the official game takes place, but recording wise, these are being done a few days in advance just to give myself enough time and not pressure myself into, you know, kind of having to rush games, having about 6 or 7 or 8, 9, 10 games each day, just a load of games to try and push myself through. If I set some up now, then I'm ahead of the curve.
We're inside the final quarter
And maybe we'll try and stay ahead of the curve as best we can. So obviously there's a lot of games happening every day once it all kicks off.
Really good interception to take the ball.
So it's just going to have to be me try to figure out how to do it, to be honest with you. We'll get it done, and if we don't get it done, you'll know about it, because I'll just not continue like I did with the Man United save last year. But, I'll try my best. I'll try my level best. But effort. I don't know if I said it in this one. I said it in the last one. I've got an unplanned day off today, so it's giving me a bit of time just to kind of chill. We'll say there as well. Heung-min Son trying to get his 5th goal again. He might still get it. I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up doing so. Ball is through to shit. And now it could be the South Korean defence that's all over the place, but it's not. It just isn't. It's well done there.
Son. Kim. Son Heung-min. Now, what can they do from here?
Just, I don't really know how to commentate on a game that I didn't expect to see. But Lee Kang-in could find Heung-min Son for that 5th goal, and it will in fact occur. And it is 7-2 to South Korea. You'd think maybe resting your biggest player would be in the possibilities. They've not done that. They have doubled down and just absolutely destroyed Czechia here. Number 7 getting number 5. It's 7 on the day for his team. Kovar has had an absolute nightmare with that one, to be honest. He should be saving that. That might be Son's worst finish of the day out of the 5. He has scored 5. I can't believe it. What I do believe is that this game is truly over now. If it wasn't before, it is now. And again, if Son scores as many as he has in his simulation in real life, I will shave my head. Like I mean, it's not like There's no question marks around it. Like, what's... How? What? How? How and what and how? Are my questions. All of them. All those questions are what I have. How do you have a backline of 5 that is so god-awful? How do you not mark Son when you know the danger he's going to be? How do you concede 7 on the opening day? It might not just be 7. There might be an 8th on the horizon. Heung-min Son could get a double hat-trick. World Cup history. Possibly involved here. Oh, for crying out loud. It's not just yet. That doesn't mean it's not. But it's not just yet, alright? 5. Like... Kovar hasn't even tried. I reckon I could save that effort. I mean, if you're Czechia, you've got a mountain to climb for your next 2, because you've got Mexico, who are going to be up for it, because they're the host nation. And you've got South Africa, who in this simulation lost their first game, and will also be up for it. Patrick Schick could score and maybe close down a deficit again, but it's just not happening. He's barely had a sniff today. I think that might be his first open chance. He obviously assisted the goal for Souček earlier on, but that might be his first personal effort. And if it's not, then he hasn't had many to fucking write home about, has he? Fuck me. The game is coming to a close. The referee might just put them out of their misery here, rather than allow it. Nope, he's gonna... Yeah, is he? Is he gonna give them the attack? He is. Why? He's not. Son's passed it too far back. And it is a monumental opening day if you are South Korea and if you are Heung-min Son. It is a great way to start your World Cup campaign. However, if you are not Korea's, the South Korea team, if you are not Heung-min Son, if you are on the opposition, if you are Czechia, you might want to review everything. If you might want to just take a look at everything and do a factory reset, to be honest with you. It's a 7-2 victory for Korea Republic as they demolish Czechia. Czechia get a couple of goals in, to be fair, but it's an uphill battle if they're going to get through the group stages in this simulation. Take a look then at the stats as we come to the end of the first Group A batch, I suppose. All teams in Group A have now played, and Korea Republic will sit quite clear at the top on goal difference with a +5. Mexico will only hold a +1 right now. 53-47 in terms of possession for Czechia, who had more of the ball. Weren't bad on it. They were fine on the ball. There was nothing wrong with their on the ball play. Off it, they were catastrophic. It is 12 shots to 6 for Korea Republic. I believe Heung-min Son had 9 of those efforts. 5 of those efforts from the captain found the back of the net. And it's a 5.5 XG to a 2.8. Czechia, any other day, probably beat any other team. But attacking wise, they were fine. There was nothing wrong with the Czechia display. But they've got 5 players at the back that were just not anything. They were nothing. And you'll see that in the ratings as we go and check the player ratings to close out game number 2. Son Heung-min, of course, will be man of the match. But we'll look at the Czechia side first, as Provod with a goal and 8.1. Souček as well, he found the finish. He gets 7.9. And you can see here kind of how the fuck did some of these defenders get good ratings? Right, I mean, the attack did well. Assist and a 7.4 for Schick, but just couldn't find his feet up front today. Chalupek did grow into the game second half, I will admit. Hranach was shit. He should be a 7.1. And then you can just see how it goes down from there. Sufal probably shouldn't have played. Kovar might not be playing ever again the way he played there. Look at that save map. 11 shots on his goal, and he conceded 7. Granted, a lot of them were in hard to reach places, but the ones low down should be stopped 10 times over, and they weren't. And that is telling from Matej Kovar. As for the South Korean side, you can't say more about him. Heung-min Son involved in every single goal for his side, as you expect him to be. 5 goals and a 10 rating for him, with 2 assists as well for goals from Lee Kang-in and Lee Jae-sung. It is 10 rating for the captain of South Korea, 9 for Hwang In-beom, who set up 3 of the captain's goals. Lee Kang-in as well getting an assist there alongside his goal on 8.5. Park Sung-ho getting an assist as well, 8.1 for him. Lee Jae-sung with a goal at 7.5. Defensively, not great. Didn't really need to be though. They were so far ahead that it didn't really factor in. And Seung-gyu Kim in the goal as well. Not the greatest of displays, but some decent saves to prevent maybe more goals coming from the opposition. And it's a very, very good goal difference as we close out Group A's match day ones. But ladies and gentlemen, we will be back very, very soon for the next batch of the World Cup games. I think that's all I'm going to record today. Maybe we'll do a couple this evening, I don't know. You won't know anyway, it'll be uploaded 2 days before the actual match takes place. Final thoughts. In terms of simulation, I think they're way off the mark. I don't think it will be a 7-2. I don't think Heung-min Son will score 5. I reckon it'll be a lot closer game. I reckon it'll be a lot tighter. And I reckon the Czechia defence will be a lot more knowledgeable of Heung-min Son than what they showed in this game. I reckon it will be a 1-1 draw. And that's only if South Korea are lucky, to be honest with you. Son might need a bit of luck to get his team over the line in real life. But next time, I believe, we've got 2 more host nation games at least. The next one is Canada for going against Bosnia in Group B. So I don't know when that'll be recorded. I will obviously say at the start when it'll be recorded, but you'll see it 2 days before it's uploaded. However, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thoroughly entertaining, if unrealistic. Take care and enjoy the rest of your days.